What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Busy Life Podcast. What are you doing? I have Ryan here. He's already making noise, but I've actually got Ryan here for a specific purpose because today we're going to be talking about how to keep your memory sharp and stop making noises. And I know you may be thinking, why are we talking about that? But it's actually a little bit of a concern that we've got here in our household. Stop making noises. What is so funny?
Oh, that I'm the subject of this dilemma.
Well, okay, let's just give him a little background story. So Ryan came up to me and he said, I'm actually kind of concerned recently because I can't tell this story.
Yeah, go ahead.
He said, I'm kind of concerned because recently I feel like I'm forgetting everything. And he's not wrong. When we went to the beach, I packed absolutely everything that I thought we would need and more. And I'm notorious for overpacking, but I rarely forget anything. I also have alarms that go off on my phone 24/7, and I'm fully aware that they can annoy people. But that's how I remember things. I remember my medications that way. I remember appointments I have that way. I remember things I have to do, emails I have to send. That's just how it works for me. So I have everything living in my phone. I use my calendar. Like I'm very, very organized. And Ryan was saying that he just feels like he forgets everything. And I said, I think the best way to help him not forget everything is to be more organized. Find a system. Like when you go to the gym, you know that you need your headphones. Maybe you're coming from work, so you need another pair of clothes. Maybe you need like I have cordless jump ropes or resistance bands. Maybe you need your shoes, your socks, whatever you need. So maybe pack a bag the night before and bring it with you, things like that. So basically Ryan came in here and he was like, I'm kind of concerned because I feel like I'm losing my memory. And you want to tell them what you said to me?
Well, I mean, I was just talking about going to I went to the gym today. Actually, I went to the gym pool today uh, to do my laps, and I left the first time and realized I forgot my towel. So then I come back in, grab the towel, get to the gym, get to the locker room, realize I forgot my goggles. So then I had to drive all the way back to get the goggles. And I was just getting more and more frustrated because it was such a waste of time. And I mean, I do this kind of thing a lot. I mean, I forget things for work. I forgot stuff for the trip to Ocean City.
Yeah.
Or like I just think of it like right as we're leaving. So it's probably just an organization type thing, but
Well, that's what I'm saying is I think a lot of it comes from just not taking the time to prepare. But the good thing is there's a lot of tools that we can use to help keep our memory sharp. So I want to jump into those because according to the Mayo Clinic, there are 7 tips we can use to help improve our memory. The first one is being physically active every day. Physical activity raises our blood flow to the whole body, including the brain. And that's obviously what we're trying to activate right now. So, being physically active every day, y'all know I talk about this all the time. That does not mean you have to do a rigorous workout every single day. It means move your body. It means you could do some yoga, you could go for a walk, you can just do a little bit of light stretching. You can go to the gym and lift some heavy weights. You can swim, you can dance, do whatever you want to do, but engage in some kind of activity. This is another important one. Number 2 is staying mentally active. So I don't want you just coming home and sitting on the computer 24/7. You got to be doing things that engage your brain. I love puzzles. For example, my coworkers and I have a table in the back of our room in our classroom that just has a bunch of different puzzles, and not puzzles that can get done in like 10 minutes. Like I'm talking puzzles that take a couple days to finish, sometimes weeks. But things that really make you think. Crossword puzzles are a good one. What was that game we played at the beach? Oh, Bananagrams. Bananagrams
Hmm.
is fun where you get the letters and you have to try to use the letters you have to build other words. Games, puzzles, things like that keep you mentally active. Reading keeps you mentally active too. It keeps you engaged. It keeps your memory going, your creativity flowing. So that's number 2. Stay mentally active. Number 3 is spend time with others. So that kind of goes back to the whole don't just be a couch potato thing. Be around other people and engage in like rigorous conversations, not just like, hey, how was your day? How are you doing? Really talk about some topics, get into your feelings, talk about things that frustrated you, use new use new words that you haven't normally used in sentences before. Ryan's laying down. This is not engaging. We are talking about your memory here, sir.
I'm here. I'm ready.
You're ready for what? This, we're on spend time with others. That also includes being mentally there, sir. So when you're laying down and I'm recording a podcast episode that is a concern of yours, you need to be sitting up.
I'm not 100% right
Okay, well, Ryan has a cold, so I guess he gets a pass. But spending time with others, engaging in conversations with them that are not surface level conversations are really beneficial for your mentality. Aha! Number 4, stay organized. Like I said, my favorite tools for staying organized are my alarms, to-do list. My notes app has almost everything I need. Um, what else do I use? I use the calendar. I said I use the calendar. I have a calendar at home. I have a calendar at work. I have a planner. Maybe that's a lot of things, but they each have a different purpose. So you could have something for home, something for school. But stay organized. Like I said, prepare and prepare in advance. I'm going to add to that. Stay organized and prepare in advance. So if you know you're going on a trip, Ryan, don't pack the night before or the morning of. Why do you do that? Like what? I've, I've always wondered, like, because I feel like a lot of these things come from people who are like me, who are type A people who are like, okay, I have to do it. And obviously, my like ongoing theme of this podcast is what are you going to do about it? And I try to give people solutions, tips, tools, and tricks that they can use to do these things. But tell me, what I've always wondered, why are you packing for trips like Ocean City, where we went for the entire week the morning of?
now. Well, it's probably a combination of procrastination and that I don't really need to pack that much, or at
Okay,
least in my mind, I
I
don't.
was gonna
And
say,
and then all the things that I realize I need come flooding into my head, like right after I've left.
yes.
There's always at least, I always say, I'm gonna forget at least one thing for my whatever trip I'm going on.
I know, but don't manifest that.
It just happens though.
Okay, but I would rather
And it
you.
actually hasn't happened. I mean, before this one, it hasn't happened for the last couple trips, but
Yes, it did, because I remembered everything.
no, I'm saying before this one.
Oh, before. Oh, okay.
Before this one, like the New Orleans one, I was fine, and I don't know what the last trip we did before the New Orleans one was.
Jamaica.
Oh yeah, the Jamaica one, I was fine. Um,
Did you bring everything to Stevensville for our wedding?
yeah, I got everything.
Well, I feel like that one was a little bit more different because that one was like, oh my God, I have to remember all these
Actually,
things.
remember I almost forgot my tux.
Oh,
But that was like, that wasn't. I wasn't actually gonna leave without my tux. That was just like I'm rushing around, and oh shit, I need to throw my tux in here too.
right.
But it was still in the moment.
Okay.
But that's part of the issue is like the rushing and
The procrastination.
well, yeah, and the just you know, I guess all the crazy stuff going around. It's hard to keep track of everything.
Right. But that's why it says stay organized because you got to find ways. Oh, don't make that face at me. You got to find ways to help you because everybody's going to have things that go on in their life and everybody is going to listen to this and think of something that's going to stop them from wanting to do it. But you have to essentially get over yourself and figure out a way to make it work because right now, I mean, Ryan and I, right now, we do not have children. We are basically responsible for just ourselves and our dogs. And, we both kind of we live a really, I want to say, comfortable life. Like, we don't have a crap ton of responsibilities. Like, what I'm imagining right now is just that our lives are totally going to change when we have kids and we're going to feel 10 times more overwhelmed. So I feel like this is the time. This is what I'm trying to say. This is the time in our lives to sharpen our saws so that we can
Hmm.
get better with certain things. And then that way, when we have kids and when we own a house, I mean, we're in a condo, we're in the beginning stages of our life together, and I just think that this is a good time to practice these things so that way when we have bigger responsibilities and bigger challenges, we are better equipped to handle them.
Hmm. Yeah, so the kids will have better traits to get passed on,
Well, they'll
and
see.
better habits to sort of model their life into.
Well, they will see what you do because kids are basically sponges and monkey see, monkey do. If they see mom and dad using the calendar because mom and dad use that and it seems to be beneficial, and they're going to want their own calendar one day. They're going to see mom and dad on the phone. They're going to want a phone one day. I mean, it's literally, if I see something that you're doing and it's intriguing to me, I'm going to want to do it, both good and bad. So it's best to try to, I mean, and I'm not going to pretend that we're only going to do perfect things for them because we are sure as hell not. Nobody is, nobody can. But we're going to do our best, like everyone does, to instill good habits in them. And one of those, I think for sure, is staying organized. So, whether that means, like I said, setting alarms, having your bag packed the night before. So, if, again, you're going to the gym, you're going to need your headphones, your shoes, your resistance bands. You're going to need, if you go to the pool, you're going to need your bathing suit, your towel, your goggles, thinking ahead, and even maybe saying those things out loud. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the pool tomorrow. This is what I need. Or, okay, tomorrow I'm going to work. I'm going to stay longer. So this is what I need. I need my snack. I need my laptop. I need my this, my that. Da, 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 da. So I definitely think staying organized is my biggest tip to give you for this.
I think the biggest one is sleep well.
So that's number 5. Ryan's trying to change the subject. He's pissed. Ryan is trying to change the subject. The next one is sleep well. And I'm not going to pretend like that's not a good one either. I definitely think that when you don't get adequate sleep, you are not mentally available. And I know there's tons of science and research to back me up on that, but you 1000% need your sleep. We've talked about sleep on so many episodes of this podcast. So definitely go through those if you want to hear some more benefits about sleep. But the awesome thing too is that when you sleep well, your memory is better. Like, think of it this way: when you're tired, like, just picture yourself on your most tired day and you're laying on the couch and someone's trying to have this intriguing, challenging conversation. You just can't. So you're more likely to forget the towel when you're trying to go swimming, to forget the headphones when you're going to the gym, to forget your toothbrush for your vacation. You're going to forget. And also, none of this is to pretend that you're going to have this perfect life where you never forget anything. It's just to say that there's more tips that you could be using and practicing to improve your memory. It's not going to cure it, but it's good to do these things just to keep you sharp. Another one is eating a healthy diet. Another topic that we have talked about multiple times on this podcast. So we're going to kind of gently go over that one, but eating a diet that fuels your body and doesn't make it feel like what's the phrase? You are what you eat. If you eat a lot of sugar, you're going to feel like crap because sugar doesn't always make you feel good. But if you eat a balanced diet, then you're going to be feeling a little bit more better and have more fuel in your body. And then the other one is Managing chronic health problems. So we actually talk about this in my one of my most recent episodes. Or if you're just new to this and you're catching up on some episodes, um, my episode on improving your overall health and the importance of taking care of your overall health, we actually talk about doctors and why it's important to maintain your checkups and go to the doctor. I know a lot of people are scared to go to the doctor and that's why they don't. So I touch on that and why we kind of got to just get over that fear and just go, because it's more important to go, hear that nothing is wrong, than to not go. And then you finally have to go because something is wrong. So, definitely making sure that you're managing your health problems or any health concerns you have with a doctor is absolutely important to improve your memory, especially if things like Alzheimer's run in your family. That's not good either. So, you want to make sure that you're doing all of these things as often as you can. What are you thinking?
Oh, I think they're all really good tips. It's all about putting them all together, though.
What do you think are some things that you're gonna do?
Um, I think that, and I've been doing this more at work too, is with the organization.
Organization.
I've
Oh,
been implementing that in my workflow, and that helps. It's just, I think my biggest problem is doing it on a consistent basis.
mhm,
So um, you know, staying on top of things and doing the sort of organizational tasks, like the to-do lists and just calendar management on a daily basis instead of doing it once or twice and then not doing it for a few days and then trying it again. It has to be like it has to become its own habit. I think.
yeah, that has to be as simple as brushing your teeth.
Yeah, like it's ingrained in your head.
Mhm.
Like you don't even think about it.
I'm reading a little bit more, and it says some challenges you can do to better your brain are try learning a foreign language, try a new activity. Ooh, eat brain boosting foods. Berries, fish, and leafy green vegetables are three of the best foods that fight memory loss. There's a mountain of evidence showing that they support and protect your brain health. That's from the Alzheimer's diet that helps fight dementia, and also the foods that you should avoid. Oh my goodness. And all the avoiding foods are, ultra processed foods, which is basically foods that have, oh my goodness, what is the word? I learned this in my book. Oh,
MSG.
not just MSG. Oh my God, what is the word for the things that are in the foods that are processed foods that they use to keep them emulsifiers? Foods that have a ton of added emulsifiers are, and emulsifiers aren't bad. Like xanthan gum is an emulsifier, and that's just something that you can use like in your smoothies to make them thicker. But emulsifiers are things in our food that help them are help blah, 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 blah. Things in our food that help them stay fresh longer and preserve them from going bad faster. So crackers have emulsifiers, granola bars have emulsifiers. Not that you can't be or shouldn't be eating these things, but processed foods will not fully support a sharp memory. Sugar doesn't support a sharp memory, and alcohol will deteriorate your memory big time. So those are the foods and drinks that you should be avoiding. But I like the learning another language one. I definitely think that's really hard, especially I tried to learn Greek on Duolingo and that was really hard. And I am Greek and I did not have any like blood or I don't know, genes helping me out there. That was tough. See, look,
I'm really tired.
he's not connecting with me right now. Well then listen, you need to sit up. Ryan
Oh,
came in here. Oh, that's another one. Okay, you look like you are tense as shit. You got to be doing meditation and stretches. Not right now. That was also the most pathetic stretch I've ever seen. Another one you should be doing, guys, like I just said, is meditation. Meditation helps you connect with your mind, body, and soul, which helps you reconnect and build the what's the word? Wow, I'm losing all my words. It helps you rebuild the strength in your brain. I don't think that's exactly what it does, but that's what the best way I can word it.
That was really the only thing on my mind because of what happened today.
But I
Like,
don't
it wasn't even like a concern. I was just like, this is a little weird.
it's weird.
It wasn't like, oh my god, my brain.
What about it was weird though?
Just like I feel like it happens more often than it should. It happens to everyone, obviously. But I just like in the back of my mind, I'm just thinking like I just seem to like have some sort of problem with maybe short-term memory loss. I don't know. I don't know why I would.
Have you gone to your doctor about it or talked to somebody about it?
No, I don't think that you would go to it. Wouldn't there be like
Yes, you
a
can.
specialist that you go to see for that?
I think you can start by going to your GP and being like, "Hey, I'm noticing that I'm forgetting things more frequently and that I am concerned about my potential memory loss." But I think
Yeah, but
she's
I
also
also think that what you're talking about with that organization thing is probably just all I need to do.
well, that's what I was gonna say. So I think she's gonna recommend those things
Yeah.
first, and then she would be like, "And
If
if you
it
really
was
have
still
concerns."
happening after I did all that, then I would be like, all right, something's really wrong. But it's
Mhm.
probably just me needing to, put more effort into those areas of my life.
Do you think a lot of it comes from laziness too? Like just not wanting to do those things?
Um, I think maybe it's some laziness, but then it also is like the procrastination, like uh, getting your things ready for the next day the night before instead of waiting till the morning of.
Mhm.
Because like you get home and you're tired and you just want to lay down and you don't want to, put everything together again when you really probably should. Me calling me lazy?
I'm not calling you lazy, I'm just saying. Well, procrastination and laziness are two different concepts. Procrastination involves delaying
Yeah,
an unnecessary topic or delaying a very necessary topic to an unnecessary amount of time,
yeah.
whereas what do you mean, yeah. Whereas laziness involves being reluctant to exert any necessary effort. So, accordingly, procrastination is not laziness, and it is possible to procrastinate even if you aren't lazy, or to be lazy and not necessarily be procrastinating. Someone asked on here, "Do I lack motivation or am I just lazy?" And it said, lack of motivation is essentially lack of passion. It doesn't necessarily mean you are lazy. So, gosh, there's a whole spectrum of ways that you could describe this. So, you're not being lazy, you are just procrastinating. You're just putting it off, but you will get it done. Whereas laziness is when you just don't feel like doing it, so I you just don't.
But it's like it's funny. It's not in everything that I do. Like at work, when I get something to do, some whatever project or assignment or something, I usually will do it as soon as I get it because I don't want to let it sit and build with other things that I have to do or possibly forget about it, which has happened if I let something stand by.
Mhm.
So I've been, trying to tackle things that I have to do as I get them now.
Well, that's good. So it sounds like it's just parts of your life because another thing you could think about too, and something that one of the articles here matches with it, it says that a lot of people feel like when they procrastinate that it could lead to a potential diagnosis of ADHD. And it says that there's no direct relationship between ADHD and procrastination, though some of the symptoms are the same, such as
Yeah.
what you're doing. Like sometimes you really want to get things done right away. And then the next minute it's like, wait, what about that? Oh, a squirrel. Da, 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 da. Like,
Well, I wouldn't say it's that. It's sort of like when I had papers in school and I would wait to the last minute to do the whole thing and still get it done.
Mhm.
But it was a lot more, a lot more anxiety involved than what I did later on, which was starting to break up things like doing a few pages at a time.
That's another thing
But that
too.
took more effort than just waiting and waiting and waiting and then doing it all at once before 11:59 p.m.
Oh, geez. That would give me so much anxiety.
Yeah, I did that plenty of times.
Well, and what I see on here too is also that procrastination can cause anxiety, but
Yeah,
also procrastination is a trauma response from either a bad experience or something you've gone through. Like, you know now that you got a lot of anxiety from getting things done at 11:59 at night. So even though you may not necessarily be getting things done at 11:59, you still procrastinate because that's like your response to having a lot of things to do at once.
Yeah, but like it's not. I don't know. To me, it's like putting my bag together for the next day is not a high priority. Like getting a final project turned in on time. So it also that's a factor.
So it's about priorities.
Well, but yeah, but like I guess doing things to get more organized has been less of a priority because I thought it wasn't as big of a deal as it probably is.
I mean, I wouldn't say that it's the biggest deal in the world, but I would say that it is. If it's affecting you the way it's affecting you, then it's a big deal to you, which means
Well,
it's a
that's
big
what I'm
deal.
realizing now. Yeah.
I think it's just an inconvenience. And if it's something that you can be fixing, then it's something you should be fixing. I mean, and it stops you from your day. It makes you turn around. It made
Yeah,
you
it was
come
a pain in the
back.
ass. It really pissed me off, and it threw me off so much too because just how can you have a routine if you keep interrupting it with shit like that?
But I mean, with the word routine, like I have a skincare routine, for example, and I have to be organized. Like, I don't have some skincare products over here and some skincare products over there. Like, they're all in the one place. So that way, when I go to do my skincare routine, it's all right there. So I think it's the same thing, that organization tool just comes back. And I think that's just something you have to practice.
Mhm. Thanks, everybody.
No, no,
Good
no.
night.
He's not done. Okay, so since a lot of this is leading to basically how to have a more organized life, a lot of this says that you should be developing habits, building routines, plan ahead. Ryan is now laying face down. He is basically not involved in this conversation at all anymore. Um, well, consistency over perfection. Know that sometimes you are going to forget things and sometimes things are not going to go as you planned, but the fact that you are trying to be consistent and you are practicing consistency is more important than whether you forget something every single time or not. See?
Yep.
That's what do you mean, yep? You are facing the wrong way. And the other thing is finding balance, prioritizing appropriately. Oh my God, these are all the words that I have just said. Declutter and simplify, and then measure your progress. Oh, I mean, I don't know if you really feel like writing down how many times you've forgotten your headphones, but I don't think that it's a bad idea to think and be like, wow, it's been like a couple weeks and I don't think I've forgotten my headphones at the gym yet. But then, of course, knowing that you might jinx yourself and forget your headphones the next day. So, what are some tips that you are going to now take and practice tomorrow?
I'm gonna probably put my things together for the day tomorrow tonight, and
Okay,
it's not even that many things.
good.
And I do have a gym bag that I should be using that I just didn't because I didn't want to have another bag to carry around. But I think that would be a good idea to uh, use that as my regular gym bag
And I
and
think,
put like my swim stuff in it too, obviously.
hmm I think something to think about too, but without this being an entire episode on what can you do better, are
I mean,
some,
it's really easy. Honestly, all this stuff. I mean, it's not easy, but I'm just thinking like now that I talk about it out loud, it's just like I know to do all this stuff. I just need to actually do it.
yeah,
It's
but what I wanted to say is that I want you to also think about the things that you are doing right. Like when we're talking about organizing, Ryan is great about meal prepping. So all of his food is always cooked ahead of time. He knows what he's going to eat. He knows, I mean, where it is. It's either in the pantry or in the fridge, but he knows, okay, for lunches, I'm having this, my breakfasts are this, and
But
I've
that's the
got
thing, because I like
it's a priority to you.
it's a priority. It's like the calorie. It's like the macro counting. To the point that I get like over obsessed about it sometimes.
Hmm.
Not as much as before, but you know that I do that sometimes. But that's such a big priority to me that I just do it.
Right.
So obviously, these other things just haven't been as big of a priority in my mind.
So you can do it.
I couldn't, yeah, obviously, of course.
All
I
right.
just have to, actually put the extra effort in.
Well, this episode's been great.
Yeah.
Ryan just, you know, I know you can do it, and I know that it's very easy to procrastinate. We all slip into to moments where we're being lazy, but make it a priority. If it's important to you, it's time to make it a priority. Awesome. He's nodding. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. I believe in you. Let me know if any of these tips and tools were helpful. Let me know which ones you're going to try, and we'll see you next time. What? No, no. What did you do?
Nothing at my back.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, need a massage.
We're gonna edit that out.